Have you ever wondered about why do we need to pay tax if the government can print unlimited amount of the money? Well, the easy answer is inflation. Let's look at Zimbabwe for an example. From 2006, inflation slowly turns to a hyperinflation. Supporting a family in Zimbabwe simply means deciding quickly on which supermarket to buy food from because the price could go up at any second. Within a range of 3 years, the government printed $1 million bill up to $100 trillion bill. Inflation peaked at 89 sextillion%, which is a unit for 10 to the 21st. If S&P compounds at 5% per year, we can see S&P hit sextillion in 800 years. It is horrible and caused poverty peak at 73% and many families tried to escape the country. This is all because of the government decided to fund their military by printing money, well, a lot of money. Meanwhile, you still have to pay a personal income tax ranging from 36% to 48%, and that's what wealthy people in America pay on a good day. Printing money is very different from making a pie. So you don't increase the numbers of the pie, but dividing it to more smaller slices so you have more pieces. Also, it helps to think counterfeit money potentially is the same as government printing money. For example, between the French Revolution and the First Republic, the National Assembly issued currency assignats, which are mostly backed by church assets. But Great Britain deployed 400 men working in 17 factories that are running 24/7, forging their neighbors' currency. France suddenly has so much money and it turned into a 300% inflation. So in 1803, Napoleon had to replace them with the franc. Printing money does not get you rich, but almost every country at a certain time in history has fell in this trap. Notable hyperinflation examples would be Soviet Union in the 1920s, Imperial Japan during World War II printing banana money to buy military equipment, Yugoslavia in the 90s, and even North Korea from recently. Of course, it's an unofficial data. And most interestingly, most of the cases happen while expanding military or while the country is having a lack of social infrastructure. So, what if we keep a secret about printing money so no one will ever know? So, no price will go up in the end. Well, in 2018, the United States collected 3.3 trillion US dollar as tax revenue. And if the government keeps it as a secret, print out $3 trillion, meanwhile no one pays for tax, then 322 million people in the US will have on average 10,000 extra dollars to spend per year. Most likely you will buy something. It could be a new phone, a new car, nice food, and so on. In the beginning, you may not notice an inflation, but after a month, shops usually see an increase on demand, and that's when the aggregated demand curve shifts right, result in an increase in the price. So you'll probably go into your boss and demand a pay raise because everything's more expensive, and everyone does that, so in the circulation, it becomes inflation. That is why printing money and not collecting tax does not benefit you. These scientific proof might sound difficult, but the behavior factor can do a better job explaining. In many tax-paying economies, government tax citizens, so citizens demand a responsive government that implements effective policies. And policies will increase production capacity so everyone becomes richer in real sense. On the other hand, there's a term called the resource curse or the Dutch disease. Many countries who are rich in natural resources focus on exporting their resource to make money rather than tax people. So exporting always drives up their currency, result in destroying their other sectors. Countries like Venezuela or Angola exporting oil and Congo exporting diamonds are really good examples of this. It is surprising to see that 23 countries deliver more than 60% of oil for the world, but none of them has real democracy. So without tax or excessive money printing, you can imagine your country has situations such as death penalty on a regular basis because of the lack of expensive tax-funded prison. Welfare or healthcare are very decentralized and missing, while the needed cases are piling up. In the end, the amount of currency doesn't make your country wealthy, but the output of your country produces shows how wealthy your country is. In the modern case, it's GDP. So it is not so bad that your country didn't print a lot of money, right?